Hey besties, it's Rosie. Today I'm getting the message that somebody has been keeping an eye on you, okay? I'm almost getting, I don't want to say this out loud, but I'm kind of getting like low-key stalker vibes, okay? This is somebody who at some point, whether or not you are aware of this, has done you a pretty big disservice is the word that I'm hearing, okay? I've got the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords right out of the deck, okay? The Guide, or which would be Temperance, on the bottom of the deck, and Justice, Six of Swords. This is somebody who has at some point betrayed you or done you wrong, okay? There is something that this person, I want to say that God put upon their heart to do something for you and they didn't do it. And I'm seeing that this is a decision that has haunted them for a very, very, very long time, okay? I'm not really getting any kind of recent energy for this. This is somebody that at some point a very long time ago did something that they knew was wrong, and all this time they have been trying to outrun it, but it has just been following them around, okay? So if there is somebody that has been in your energy for a really long time, it's just like, even if you don't feed it, even if you don't give it any gas, this person is always just kind of lingering, always kind of, lurking around. This is why, because they feel guilty. There was something that they know that they were supposed to do for you that they didn't do, and it's just kind of eating them up, okay? I've got the Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Seven of Pentacles. This could be somebody that at one point, there was a romantic connection on the horizon, or maybe this was something you were actually in, or they let you think that they were committed to you or decided on you or something, but actually this person was juggling, okay? They were also, I'm seeing all these tiny little doors. I'm seeing like a room in a house and there are teeny tiny little doors along the footboard of the walls, okay? It's almost like these little mouse holes had been kept open. So while they might have been living, this big life with you, putting this in the forefront, there were actually all these little things going on in the background, okay? I'm hearing up to 7 other situations. This person's coming out as the King of Wands, okay? So this is a very passionate person. This person can have fire placements. I'm also getting Pisces placements for some reason from this. This person made a very big show, made a very convincing show of them giving to you equally, okay? I'm getting the energy of like shared resources or finances here. So this person could have gone as far to as to maybe combine your resources in some way, or your finances. Maybe you had like a joint bank account, or somehow the resources that you both had were put into this kind of middle area, this pot that you could both pull from, and this was supposed to incentivize you or trick you into thinking that they had made this big investment in you when they hadn't. This was, a strategy that they were using. Again, the Seven of Cauldrons. Ew. This person's, I don't like this person's energy, bestie, okay? One thing I really do not like is when a person has very weak boundaries, okay? And one of the best ways to have weak boundaries is to be involved with a bunch of other people. This could be a person that has like questionable friendships, okay? Maybe they're always like, oh, that person's just my friend. Maybe it's like a member of the opposite sex. They're like, oh, that's just my friend. But like the fine print of that is like they messed around in the past or something like that, okay? Like, this person, when they close the doors, they don't really close them, okay? They're always just like cracked. I think even when they break up with people, they kind of just leave it on a cliffhanger. So there's always some opening that should they decide they ever want to come back around, the groundwork has kind of already been laid for them, all right? This strategy that this person does, I'm getting, actually doesn't bring them a lot of relief. It actually causes, I'm hearing they're their own worst enemy, okay? So actually, this person, if they are like an anxious person, or if they have, I'm getting like substance abuse issues or something like this, the reason that they do that is because all of these open channels, all of these kind of like loose and lingering cords that they have going around is creating a lot of opening, a lot of holes in this person's energy. I'm almost seeing a person and their energy looks like Swiss cheese. It's like there are all these little bites taken out of an apple, and everybody is still pulling from those bites in the apple. And this person, I'm getting they might not sleep very well, okay? I've got the Eight of Swords card here. This could be somebody who just has a lot on their mind at any given time. And because of that, they might be a little snappy. This could be like a person who's kind of given to moodiness or something like that. They could just be almost like seeing like a Heathcliff character, okay? Someone who's just a little moody and broody. And again, there's just like a lot of holes in their energy because they've got a lot of little situations going on in the background that they haven't quite wrapped up, all right? I'm getting that all of this stems from, this is like a heartbreak that happened a really long time ago with this person. There's almost this energy of like something very innocent. This could have happened when they were a child, okay? There was just like this very innocent connection that they had that somehow broke apart. And it's almost that like they have never healed that initial wound from childhood. Whatever their first little heartbreak was, you know, whatever little puppy love this was, they never quite got over it, and they kind of are almost like holding it against every romantic counterpart they have coming towards them from this point forward. It's almost like they are punishing whoever dares to have feelings for them, or whoever dares to elicit feelings in them. You know, if this person had feelings for you, it's almost like they want to like punish you for it or something like that, okay? This cycle is coming to a close, and maybe the cycle came to a close because you exited, because I still see this person is kind of in this energy, okay? Whether or not you were in their in or out of their life, I'm getting that they were just very much in a very indulgent energy, okay? And why they're doing this is they are trying to outrun themselves, okay? They put themselves in all these little snares by probably making promises to multiple different people, and then just kind of like, I'm hearing the word rip and run. So this could be somebody who future fakes, or, you know, like weaves all these timelines with people, and then just when they're at the point where they actually have to participate in the little lie that they created, they just run. You know, this could be someone who has avoidant attachment. I'm also getting that this person, again, very indulgent. This person could have substance abuse issues. They could just like overeat or overindulge in different things, okay? I'm also getting like earth vibes from this. This could be somebody who, you know, partakes in certain earth medicines. There's just something very indulgent about this person, okay? Like they're a hedonist is the word that I'm hearing, okay? But again, this is coming from, nobody's just a hedonist, okay? Like there's always some wound, some emptiness inside of you that you are trying to fill when you are involved in situations like this or showing up in energy like this, okay? So again, I'm getting that when this person met you, they were a bit at a crossroads, okay? And why this is you are showing up as the Queen of Rods, okay? This person was showing up as your counterpart, the King of Rods. So when they finally met you, you were a person who could have been their true equal. You were a person who would not have repeated that old cycle from the past, you know, whatever little heartbreak they had suffered in their childhood or whatever this was with their puppy love. This wasn't something that was going to repeat with you, okay? This was like a grown-up connection is the phrase that I'm hearing. But because of this, this person was challenged to grow. In order to be with someone like you, they almost have to take this higher perspective. They have to stop repeating this little wound, this little cycle from their past that is like their comfort zone, okay, and have to actually rise to the occasion and be a grown-up in this connection, okay? This person is on stilts, okay? So this is how this person is seeing themselves. In order to stand beside you and be their counterpart, they would have to stand on these stilts, okay? They would have to posture as something higher than they actually are. The problem with this person's perspective here is because they have been so embroiled in these low vibrational patterns that they don't realize that they actually are your counterpart. Like they actually are already on your level. They just need to do the healing to catch up there. You guys are a vibrational match. You're vibrational equals. But this person, since they keep lowering their own vibration by taking a bite out of every little apple, or letting a bunch of people take a bite out of their apple, and keeping these doors open, all these cords, their energy is being drained, so they're not healing to the level that they need to be to feel like your counterpart, though they actually are, okay? This relationship between you two, this connection, was supposed to inspire this person to let go of those, you know, rotten apples and to reach for something that was truly sustainable. Spirit Wells. This is an interesting message. I'm going to pull a clarifier. I just heard somebody come to my door when I said that, so that is going to play into this message that I'm about to give you, okay? There is almost like there was competition for this person at some point, okay? And I don't know if this is someone who is vying for your hand in this relationship, or this is someone who is vying for them, okay? I'm getting a couple different strange messages here, okay? This could almost be like a same-sex situation or something like that, or maybe this was just like a friend or something like that, but there is one feminine energy and two masculine energies on the board right now, okay? This King of Swords figure has ridden in. This could be somebody with earth placements, air placements. Maybe this is earth placements. It's a strange thing to say, but I do have the Ace of Rods. This person is also very passionate, okay, and they have a very strong mind, all right? This person is coming out as the Devil card, okay? There was something very tempting about this other energy, regardless if it was directed at you or this other person. I'm gonna go to a part 2.